Christian, finally my turn to ask you a question.
I can't plead the fifth?
No,
Okay, all right.
you've asked me a lot of questions,
Okay.
but I have a really important one that I'd like to discuss.
Okay.
I've had some clients in the recent weeks put in an offer, and they were in multiple offers, and essentially what happened was the sellers came back, or the seller's agents come back and said, I know you've waived your condition for financing, I needed to see a pre-approval letter. I don't know if that has any bearing, or does that mean anything?
Yeah, no it doesn't. It's funny, I've seen that too with a couple of offers recently, and I kind of shook my head. I know it was popular in the new construction condo phase because I think they needed it for the financing,
Right.
but for resale, my answer always was a couple things. First of all, if you're going infirm, you're going infirm. Whether I give you a piece of paper or not, what's the difference? And a lot of these clients are high ratio. At the end of the day, CMHC has to insure this mortgage, and they don't do pre-approval. So I'm seeing it too, and I'm shaking my head at it because a pre-approval always has been worth the paper it's written on. It doesn't mean anything. But I don't know what a vendor at their kitchen table is going to look at a one-pager saying these guys are pre-approved and they're good, because a good broker is going to crunch the numbers, look at the income up front, look at the credit, and say, fine, you're good to go. But the lender hasn't seen the house that they're buying.
Absolutely.
And you've seen how many problems there are with houses, whether it's knob and tube that affects things. You know what I mean? So it doesn't mean anything, but I'm seeing it. I don't understand why the sellers, that gives them comfort, but
That's exactly it.
yeah,
I think it gives them comfort, and we could probably produce a pre-approval letter that
Sure.
just spits right out, but it doesn't mean anything beyond that.
it means nothing. But we can do that, and we'll spit it out, and hopefully that gets someone a house.
Great, thanks for answering that.
Thank you.
Christian, I have another question for
Perfect. Okay.
you. In today's market, I've got some buyers that have bought, they're comfortable, now they're moving up in the world of real estate. So they've sold their condo and they are looking to purchase. The big question is, can I have a move-in date a week before my actual condo closes? Is that possible? Explain the bridge details.
Yeah, no, bridge financing is actually very common, and it's very practical. I mean, I know when I moved, it's nice to have a bit of time, whether it's a week or two to paint, clean it up, slowly move things in. Bridge financing is very simple. You need a firm sale. It can't be, my house is listed and it's going to sell. No, it has to be an actual firm sale. And the cost of bridge financing, people are very surprised. They say, am I carrying two mortgages? No. Once you go through bridge financing, really your old mortgage stops. Bridge financing consists of usually a fee anywhere from, its range, we have a lot of lenders, but $250 to maybe $500. And the pricing's kind of prime, which is at 2.7% plus 2 or 4%.
Okay.
And it's a per diem. So it's
Right.
really not that expensive, and they're only bridging the down payment. They're not bridging the mortgage amount.
Right.
The mortgage amount's being you're setting up with whatever institution.
Okay.
So you're only bridging your down payment. So if someone's putting down $75,000 in a per diem, it's not going to be that much for a couple of weeks. So it's really inexpensive form of doing exactly that, bridging, giving yourself some time. Maybe you move your stuff in slowly. You don't have to rush, and you don't have moving trucks on going to two locations
At the same day. It's become
day.
super stressful for clients, and there's a lot of disconnect whether or not they can do that. So the option for that is tremendous for them.
It's very good for them. The only thing is just that it's got to be a firm sale. We've had clients who call at the 11th hour and say it still hasn't sold. That's a problem because it gets into private and more expensive. So as long as there's a firm sale, it's a great way to do it.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Marlene, we had one of our clients in the other night, and they were looking to buy a house, and they were mentioning that they would love to get sort of a basement apartment to help offset some of the mortgage or the rising house prices. What does that mean to that client? If they're getting a basement apartment, my guess is it's probably not conforming or legal. Is that right?
Correct, yeah. 99% of the basement rentals in Toronto are non-conforming or not retrofit status. And what that means is it hasn't been approved by the fire marshal. And if that's the case, I highly recommend insurance, letting your insurance know that, and mitigating certain things that might go wrong. For instance, a fire-rated door, 2 egresses in and out. So I do caution you on that, but that is a great way to offset money, especially since house prices are so expensive in the city.
But sometimes there's work to be done when you're buying something. You might have to put some money into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. But it doesn't have to be retrofitted to a legal duplex.
It doesn't necessarily have to be, because like I said, 99% of them aren't. But there are ways to make it safe for tenants. And of course, the insurance thing is a big deal.
Okay.